Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, teacher.
How are we?
We are all right, thank you, teacher.
Sit down.
Thank you, teacher.
Our dear viewers, we are going to handle mathematics as our lesson, and we are going to handle a topic called fractions, and its subtopic we are going to talk about addition of mixed
fractions with the same denominators.
Addition of mixed fractions with the same denominators. But before we go to the work which is there, we had talked about fractions. And we say that fraction is a part of a whole one. A part of a whole number. Is it clear?
Yes.
Our viewers, let's continue with what we have been covering by cutting through some of the items we have, as I had told you, to prepare for the lesson, get the oranges, whatever can be cut into pieces. Can we get those ones who have the item, pick one item of what I've given you? We are going to begin by cutting what you call a half. We are going to begin by cutting what you call a half. And a half, what is the other way of saying a half? A half, we can say 1 out of 2. 1 out of 2. So, we have, this one is the whole one. This one is the whole number. Can you have those ones who have the items? Show me the whole number. This one is our whole number. And we are going to cut it in 2 parts. In 2 parts. And that part is what we call 1 out of 2. What are you going to do? Hand your item like this. Then you're going to have your knife and put there in the middle. Then do what? Cut. When you cut, it means I've now got my items. I've got 2 of them. I've got 2 of them. Now, this one is 1 out of 2. This one is also 1 out of 2. But the 2 of them make up one piece, okay? Or one whole. Is it clear? Yes. So, this one is a half, and this one is a half. And we call it, this one is 1 out of 2. Then, in that very form, we can put them together. If we want to cut it in the other way, we are going to, can you get your knife? Our dear viewers, if you have a child near you, you guide the child to cut through. The second time, we are going to, this time, we have cut this one, it was direct. Now you are going to change it in the vertical, in the horizontal form, beginning from your right. If you are using the left hand, put your knife and use the left, but we are cutting it through. Yes. So for the second time, let's cut. And now when I cut through, I've got very many pieces. I've got very many pieces. But according to me, I have 4. Our viewers, guide your child to cut through very well. I have 4. This one is 1. This one is the second one. This one is the third one. And this one is the fourth one. Now, in fraction form, we can say I have 1 piece. Yes. And I have 1 out of how many pieces? Can I get the answer? Namyomba. Everybody?
1 out of 4.
That's very good. So this fraction is 1 out of 4. Now, suppose I got the second one. I put it together. How many do I have here? No. Speak aloud. 2 out of 4. Very good. So these fractions, these numbers, so if I had all the 3, this one means I have 3 out of 4. These are now what you call fractions. These are called what? Fractions. But now when we go to addition, we talked about addition of fractions with the same denominators. I have how many parts here?
4 parts.
I have 4 parts. If I have 4 of them, then if I pick this one, how many parts have I picked?
1.
May I get the hands up? Notch 2. 1 part, so it as a fraction.
1 out of 4.
1 out of 4. This now I've picked 1 out of 4 plus. So you put that one somewhere. Put aside. Have you put?
Yes.
Can you pick 2? More 2. Have you picked more 2? Now those 2. You have picked 2 out of how many? We have picked 2 out of the 4 parts which were remaining. Is it clear? Yeah. The first one was put somewhere. Now I've picked the 2. So it means again I've picked more 2 out of 4. Out of 4. Out of 4. Now if I've picked 2 out of 4, then in total, how many parts have I picked? What are we going to do? I'm going to do like this. The parts, how all of them, they were how many? 4. You get your 4. You get your 4. Now, since they are 4, how many parts did I first pick? How many parts did I first pick? I first picked 1. So this is the one which is here. And this one is the one which is here. I put somewhere. Then I went ahead to pick more 2. When I picked the 2, now I'm going to add to the one, to the first one. So when I add it to the first one, it means I'm going to say I'm adding the next 2. How many pieces will I have altogether? I'm going to have, Nanyas?
3 out of 4.
I'm going to have 3 out of 4. Very good. So this one now, that's why now from there we can now add on our chalkboard. We say 1 plus 2. The one we picked first, then plus the 2. To make what? 3 out of 4. That is called the addition of fractions with the same denominators. But this question, this time we are saying, we are going to add addition of mixed fractions with the same denominators. Meaning that the fractions we are going to add, they have the decimals, they have the fractions and the whole numbers. Can we have the activity? So we have, let's look at the examples here. We say add, I have 1 whole number and 1 out of 3, 1 out of 3 plus 2 whole number, 1 out of 3. Is it clear? Is it clear? We are going to add 1 whole number, 1 out of 3 plus 2 whole number, 1 out of 3. What does this one mean for ours? We are going to have our 1 whole number. We are going to have our 1 whole number. Now, the items there, our viewers, guide your child to pick 1 whole number. Pick 1 orange, pick 1 Irish, pick whatever you have got which can be cut. So if you have guided that one, get 1, like mine, I've picked an Irish, and I'm going to put there as what? As 1 whole. As 1 whole. But here, they are saying that we are going to have 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. It means we are going to get our another orange and Irish. Then we do what? We cut into how many pieces? 3 pieces. And therefore, get your knife, get your orange. This time, you are not going to cut it through. Cut one side like somebody cutting watermelon. You are not going to cut it all, but cut once, this one side. Are we there? Then again, change a bit, cut it for the second time. Automatically, you are forming, this is one part. This is one, and this one part you put aside. This remaining part, cut it through to make how many? To make 3. So you cut through. When you cut through, how many do I have here? I have 2 pieces. Out of the 2 pieces, already I have the third one. I have the third one. So it makes, how many parts do I have altogether? I have 3 parts. As a fraction, this is 1 out of 3. This one is also 1 out of 3. If I get 1 out of 3 plus 1 out of 3, how many will I have there? I will have 2 out of 3. Then if I had the third one, those will be 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Then you have already cut our fraction 1 out of 3. Are we there? Then guide our learners, the viewers, get more 2 whole numbers. From the items you have collected, pick more 2 whole ones. Pick more 2 whole ones. These are the ones. Mark you, the first one you have put aside. Mine is here. Now when I get more 2, so those friends of mine who are using the pencils, it means you are using 2 dozens, okay? 1 and 1. Is it clear? So for me, now I'm going to get these 2. I put where? I put aside. Is it clear? Yes. When I put aside, but the fraction we are saying, the fraction has the same denominators. It has the same denominators, meaning that the same fraction which you cut at first is the same fraction we shall use. We shall use the same fractions. Now, we have got our 1 whole number. We have got our 2 whole numbers. Then now let's put the what? The fractions. On the first one, on the first fraction here, we are going to add 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3. Can you pick 1 from what you have cut, the 3 over them? Pick 1. So you have picked 1 out of 3. 1 out of? Can you put it where there is 1? So if you put there, what do I have? I have 1 whole number and 1 out of 3. 1 whole number and 1 out of 3. Then I put it there. The second one, I get the 2 which are the whole numbers. Are we there? Yes. Then you also add another 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. In total, I have now 2 whole numbers and 1 out of 3. Now they are telling us we are going to add. We are going to add. When we add, we are going to say, let the whole numbers be added together. Okay? Yes. Can you get the 2 whole numbers? Then 1 whole number from the 1.5 you have got. I will put it together. I will put together. How many whole numbers do I have now? Hands up. How many whole numbers do I have? Good. How many do I have?
3 whole numbers.
But there is one which was left there. We were left with what? 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. Then again, we were left also with 1 out of 3. Can we also add them? I've added them. When I add them, how many parts do I have? I have Again?
2 out of 3.
I have 2 out of 3. Now, they are telling us now, 2 out of 3 plus, now getting my 3 whole numbers. When I put them together, what would be my answer? I have my 3 whole number, then 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. And that becomes the answer. Here we have added practically when you have not put on the what? The chalkboard. So what I've been saying, we have been saying that we are going to put the whole numbers together. This one means I'm going to say 1 plus
2 into
no.
plus 1.
We have not added in that way. We said we are going to add one whole number, which was the first one, plus its 1 and a third. That was the first part.
Yes.
That was the first part, which is this one. Then from there, we said now this one will be added. The first one with the second one, we added the 2 whole number. Plus, again, 1 out of what? 3. That one now becomes the second part. That becomes the second part. Now from the second part, we had to get the whole numbers put together. The whole numbers put together. Which means I had to say 1 plus 2. Those were put together. Then also the fractions were also put together. Plus 1 out of 3 plus 1 out of 3. This one is also they are put together. Now from there, we went ahead to add now 1 whole number plus 2 whole numbers. What did we get? 3 whole numbers. Plus, then what do we, when we added the fraction 1 out of 3 plus 1 out of 3, what did we get? Hands up. What did we get? Lunkuse? We got 2 out of 3. That's very good. We got 2 out of 3. Have we got the answer all?
Yes.
The answer is not yet good. Why? Because we need to add now 3 whole numbers. They are aside, the ones which we had together, plus now the 2 what? The 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3 plus 1 out of 3. So when we added, the final answer will be, you look at 3 whole number, then 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. That one is our example 1. That one is our example 1. Dear viewers, this one guide our learners, our child who is seated near you, and make sure don't leave your learner to go away. This one is a very important lesson which can help the child to develop the idea, the concept of fractions. Let's look at example 2. We have 2 whole number 1 out of 7 plus we have 1, then 2 out of 7. We have, that is a whole number, 2 out of 7. What is the denominator there? The denominator is 7. So if we get our orange, our Irish, whatever we have there which can be cut, we shall cut it to how many parts? 7 parts. And when you cut them, then we are going to count the whole ones. We are going to cut the whole ones. Let's count it together. We are going to count. Now, leave alone that one. Let's now separate from here. What are we going to do? We are going to get our 2 whole numbers and what? 1 out of 7. We are going to count them. Is it clear? Meaning that we are going to have 2 plus 1 out of 7. As we did in the first example. The first example, we said 2 whole number plus 1 out of 7, then plus 3 whole number plus 2 out of 7. That is step 1 when you are trying to develop the concept of addition of mixed fractions with the same denominators. You keep on separating them. Now, we are going to put the whole numbers together. We are going to put the whole numbers together. Can I get one person to come and get for us the whole numbers together and the fractions together? Hope, as we did, as your child, as you are there, your parents, the viewers who are there, let your child also do the same as this Hope here is doing. Then from there, we shall see whether the answer will be matching with what your child has, with what we have got here. That is step number 2. That is step number 2. Go through what is here. Then it means, have we added these ones? We are now going to add. Can I get now the second person to come and go to the last, second last? We have, I'm going to have Louis. Louis, go and try. Go and put it there. Our viewers, do the same with the child who is there. We want to help these children such that sometimes we take mathematics as a simple subject, as a difficult subject, but when we go through this process, understand it's almost the simplest. And people are enjoying when they are cutting the things. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Has he got it right? No. Thank you very much. Now we can now go through. So what could be here? What could be here? What should we do there? Zalwan. We will do add 2 plus. What do we get? 5 plus 1 plus 2. What do we get? 3 out of 7. Then from there, we are now to put it to the final stage. And the final stage is, now Machua, what do we get there? What's the final stage? 5 whole number, 3 out of 7. That's very good. That's very good. Let's look at, then they may give you this question. They may give you this question in terms of what? Word problems. These days questions are asked in terms of word problems, or what we call applications. Not always that the questions will be add. Is it clear? Our viewers, let the children understand that these days they don't bring direct questions. They make it on changing. For example, did they buy all? Like, let's read it through. How many dozens did they buy all together? That one is a question which needs a application. They will not bring direct that you do what? You add here. This one has come in a carol boat. 2 and what? 2 whole number and 1 out of 5 dozens of what? Books. And Namubiru boat 5 whole number, 2 out of 5 dozens of what? Pencils. How many dozens did they buy all together? How many dozens did they buy all together? What does it mean? Who can put it for us? What are we going to do there? What are we going to do there? What are we going to do there? Edgar. Let one person come and put it for us. The formula, putting the right full formation. Right full. May I get Nanyas? Just put it for us what we are going to add. Put it for us what we are going to add. Very good. Clap once. Clap twice. Good. So this one, now your child, our child, as you are listening, you can be able to form what you call the 2 dozens being added together such that we can see. We can see how to add this number there. So we have the first one. Those ones they are care about the 2 and 1 out of 5 dozens. So we are going now to do what? To add. We are going to add. At first, if we add our orange there, how many parts are we going to cut through such that we make our fraction? How many parts are we going to cut? That one is a practical part. We are going to cut into how many parts? Nakausu? We are going to cut into how many parts? 5 parts. That's very good. So, after cutting into 5 parts, we are going now to do what? First of all, add the whole numbers. We are going to add the whole numbers. And the whole numbers we are going to add 2 plus 5. This one, sorry for that. We are first of all trying to see what have we added here. This is the fraction which you are going to add. This is the same as 2. 2 plus 8c, 1 out of 5. Because you are picking 1 from the what? The fraction. Somebody to come and put it for us there. Let the child there. Our viewers, let the child complete there as we are looking forward to see the next part there. Naroza, go and complete that one. As the child who is listening, who is seeing us, who is viewing us, as you also complete. Is she correct?
Yes.
Clap once, twice, once. Good. So, she has put it for us. Is it the part we are supposed to add?
Yes.
Very good. Let's move to the next part. There must be another part there. There's another part there which can be put together. Aman. Aman. Come and put for us the next part. Good. So I think you are saying how we are developing the concept of addition of fractions. The concept is very clear. It's a matter of adding now. We have now picked the whole numbers. We are putting them together. As we started with what? The fractions first by cutting our oranges, tomatoes, and others. Is it clear? So during our viewers, whoever is viewing us, guide your child to be cutting through the items, to be working out slowly by slowly what is being worked upon here. Let's go to the next part here. Let's go to the final answer. The final answer. The final answer. The final answer. We are looking at the final answer. Nakaoya, come and write for us the final. Is it the final answer? Could it be the second? Second last. Good. That one, we are almost coming to the last part. Our viewers, you can see that these learners are now enjoying a lot. They are very, very much eager to write the correct answers. I don't know how your child is. Let you also improve yours. If you have very many, let them also compete for putting the correct answers. I know I'm now failing to pick one who is going to put the answer. Narubuge, come and get for us the correct one. Don't rub off that one. Put it back. The answer, you are not reaching this way. Right there, we shall transfer the answer. First put what was there. That was 5. You can write your answer here. You can write your answer there. The final answer. As people also, they are also getting the final answer. As people are getting the final answer. Yes. Thank you, Shirat. But the hands are still there. It means there is a problem somewhere. There is a problem somewhere. Who has seen that problem there? Namyaro, where is the problem?
Instead of putting 7,
Yes.
she has put 5.
Good. Clap once. Instead of putting 7, she has put
5.
She has put 5. And therefore this answer is very wrong. So what could be the correct answer? Lunkuse.
7 whole number 3 out of 5.
Very good. 7 whole number 3 out of 5. But when you are writing whole numbers, don't write like this. There are those who write like this. Then that one, it means you have written 73. Let a whole number be seen properly. It is somehow equal to what has been written. The size of the fraction and the whole number, they are almost the same. Is it clear? Yes. So this is how to write the what? The fractions. Then I have an activity here, our dear viewers, which I would like the learners to participate through and to get the answer. We are now going to read through. Automatically, we have been talking about
Addition of mixed fractions with the same denominators.
again.
Addition of mixed fractions with the same denominator.
Now, using these examples which have been given, we are going to work out there is an activity 3. There's an activity 3. Can we read the question for 3? What is the number there? What are the fractions to be added?
3 whole numbers, 2 out of 5 plus 4 whole number, 1 out of 5.
Good. But now we have begun by putting the whole numbers together.
Yes.
We have begun by putting the whole numbers
Together.
What could be here? What could be here? What could be there? What could be here? There is a simple trick there. What could be here? Our viewers, ask your child the answer for this part here. Waswa? What I wanted only one part here. This one only, that is one gap. Following the fractions which are there, the whole numbers, this one is everybody 3. Then we have what is missing here. What is missing there? Kagere?
4.
It is what? 4. Now you can see that there is a simple trick there. This one, 3 plus 4, is the same as this one which is here. Isn't it? Yes. So the same information which is 3 plus 4 is the same which could be transferred from where to this part. That's what we have 3 plus 4. Finally, we have our answer this way. What could be the answer here? What is missing there? What is missing there? What is missing there? Then, everybody?
7.
Everybody?
7.
Everybody?
7.
And the answer is 7. Then we can now look at the activity. Our parents, our viewers, you can guide your child, let the child copy these questions. Then following through the steps we have taken, you can be able to mark this child. You can become a teacher there at home. As you bring also more children here, we can also do the same. But for us here, we are doing this. Let's look at number 1.
Add 2 whole number, 1 out of 4 plus 1 whole number, 2 out of 4.
Good. Number 2.
Add 3 whole number, 1 out of 6 centimeters plus 4 whole number, 1 out of 6 centimeters.
Nice. Look at 3.
James bought 6 whole number, 1 out of 4 kilograms of meat and 7 whole number, 2 out of 4 kilograms of rice. 5 is total kilograms of.
Very good. Guide your learner, guide your child. That has marked the end of our lesson. I do request the viewers continue guiding the child. As I said, I wish you nice time. Bye-bye.